Yay, assholes being assholes. Welcome, friends, to Assholes Being Assholes. I mean Persona 5, also known as the game of assholes being assholes. Like this asshole. Hi, asshole. And you're that asshole. No, I just like causing trouble for assholes. In fact, that's basically what we do for this entire game, and it's awesome. I have no words to say, this asshole. I didn't even read that, because fuck that asshole right now. Do school stores normally sell a bunch of bread in Japan? Let me know, friends. I'm just curious. That asshole's so scary, because he says asshole things. Scary asshole. Oh, hey, look, it's more guys being an asshole about me. More people. Oof. 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 You know, I'm sitting right here, you know, assholes. Although they probably don't know what I look like. They probably don't know what poor Akira looks like. And by the way, I'm Team Akira. Sorry, Team Ren. I like Akira better. It sounds awesomer to the Durgan. Anywho. It's another building. Second floor of this building. It means I need to go up the stairs. And frankly, I'm not too keen on exploring everything and talking to everyone. I mean, honestly, I probably rush through these sections a little bit more than a lot of people, but frankly, part of me feels like I need to. Because I generally play games so slow compared to most people, and I'm aware of this, that it doesn't even matter that I rush. I still sometimes end up taking longer than most people to get through things. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I can slow down, and those are the awesomest times, I'd say. A lot of the time, unless I'm really, really enjoying my rushing through a game, and not feeling like I'm going too fast, and not enjoying what's there, you know. Oof. If only these people knew that I didn't even commit any crimes, just an asshole who actually committed crimes and has power decided that I'm the one that should get punished. That's what happened. Because I tried to prevent him from raping a woman. That's the kind of asshole we're dealing with here. A royal asshole. And royal asshole is probably accurate in another way, because he's very powerful political man in Japan. He might as well be a royal asshole. But it's okay, because we're gonna fucking not let him get what he wants. And arguably kill him. Arguably kill the, you know, the version of him that's doing all this shit, isn't it? Like everyone else. Like, or at least, you know, like, you don't really kill the people, but you kill the part of them that is evil. And that was most of who they were at that point. So if you think about it, you kind of kill the people. I'm gonna get into that later. Yeah, asshole. I am a guy with a criminal record. You can shut up about it now, because it's not even my fault, actually. But of course, none of these people are gonna believe that. Yeah, here's part of the problem here. This is what's feeding Kamoshida's ego to be as big as it is. The school is unknowingly feeding the ego of an absolute psychopath, and not allowing hardworking students that aren't involved with his volleyball team. Because, you know, school reputation is so important. It's more important than, you know, the purpose of a school to educate kids and set them up for life. And you know what? In real life, this shit happens. That shouldn't exist. That shouldn't be. That should not be a thing in real life. I'm hoping that a lot of these societal, these wrong reasons for doing business, for doing things, for these clearly just hurtful and hateful and greedy reasons behind why so many companies do so many of the things that they do, so many schools do so many of the things they do all over the world. I feel like as humans, we are capable of eliminating those kinds of intentions behind actions, and thus the world will be a much better place. And I fully believe that one day we can reach that point. Maybe not entirely, but for most schools all over the place, and the ones that start having evil intentions get kicked out of all organizations eventually. That's what I want. Before they can do much damage. That's what ideally I would like to help contribute to in some way or another. In whatever way that I can. And if it's by just spreading these ideas through YouTube, and that, that's what I can do for now, so that's what I'm doing it, right? Oh yeah, I do believe that where we need to go is about right. No, that's I don't know what WC means, but that's the bathroom. Washcloth? No, what does WC mean? Because it's clearly supposed to mean bathroom. But why is the initials WC there? What does that mean? What does that stand for? Because it doesn't stand for washroom, it doesn't stand for bathroom. Is that a Japanese term or a Japanese translated to English term? What is WC? What does that mean? What does that stand for? Let me know in the comments, friends. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Why are you here, asshole? Jesus Christ! I want to get to this place and remember where it is so that I can. These people can shut up. Do I go in that door or do I go in this door? I go in this door, don't I? Yeah, there we go. Look at the faculty office. Time to go inside and get chewed out. Oh boy. Unbelievable. What? I was supposed to come to school, wasn't I? So why are you being all about, if I came, which was what I was supposed to do? Yeah, it's late, but, I like Kawakami when she starts becoming less of an asshole to Akira, just like Sojiro. But honestly, until they become better, I feel like these people deserve to be talked down to just the same way that they talk down to Akira. Because I think it's unacceptable the way they're behaving. Now, they do not know that Akira did not do what he was accused of doing. They didn't know that. They don't know that. So, of course they're going to act like this. Now, granted, I say of course they're going to act like this. That very cynicism is the reason why these people are being the way that they are. So, while it's clearly human and something even I'm predisposed to, and I'm working on that, I'm trying my best to not be like that, which is why I just corrected myself. This kind of cynicism, this kind of prejudgment, these kinds of attitudes towards other people need to stop. And thus, a lot of the injustice in the world will stop. This game's a really good, platform to talk about this stuff to people. And thus, I will do so.
Can you explain yourself?
Yeah, long story. Anime bullshit happened that you would never, ever, ever believe. But I'm not gonna say that. Well, this is probably the most true and believable of the three. I got lost. So...
How could you have been lost for this long? It's almost lunchtime.
Well, there's this castle.
Well, it's probably true that you're not used to the area yet. But...
Whoops, but what?
Pull yourself together? You were given fair warning yesterday. More importantly, I heard that you were caught along with that Sakamoto-kun.
That Sakamoto?
Don't get involved with him, okay? He's nothing but trouble.
Too late.
He wasn't like that when he was devoting his time to track and field, though.
Yeah, well, Kamoshida fucked that up for him. Kamoshida fucked up a lot of things for a lot of people, and he's only going to keep doing so until we stop him. So, we're going to stop him.
Anyway, break's almost over. Classes will end after 5th period today because of the subway accident. I'll have you introduce yourself when class resumes. Follow me. By the way, when you introduce yourself, be serious about it, even if you're lying to the class, okay? Do not say anything unnecessary.
Okay, I get it. And it, honestly, it is definitely human for her to be acting the way she is. Oh my god, okay, this is human too, but it needs to stop. This is why I'm glad that I will never have to go to high school again. Because people doing shit like this. Gossip is such a normal... Okay. Gossip is such a human thing that we seem to be compulsed to do, but it's one of the most destructive things possible. And when you stop gossiping and listening to gossip and giving into gossip at all, it helps a lot. There's a lot of things like that. You know, it helps you get on with your life better a lot. To not gossip. It's just something that I hope more and more high schoolers tend to not do in the future, and I have faith that they will, because I feel that a lot of people in my generation feel so deeply distressed about the way that the world is that they are simply changing it the best way that they possibly can, and millions of us. That is what I'm trying to do with this right here, you know.
Huh? The one in the rumors?
Yep. Rumors. The rumor mill has always been a huge topic in Persona.
Really
since 1, actually. I only really know that from watching YouTube stuff about it, but yeah. One of the biggest messages of the Persona series in general is don't spread rumors, you know?
He looks normal, though.
But he might slug us if we look him in the eye.
Settle down.
Now that's other characters I play, not him.
Well,
Not my
I'd
version
like
of
to
Akira.
Introduce a transfer student.
Durgan.
Today we had him attend from the afternoon on since he wasn't feeling well.
Nice cover, teacher. Nice cover, Kawakami.
All right. Please say something to the class.
Nice to meet you.
He seems quiet, but I bet when he loses it...
Nope, that's other characters. Not my Akira. I'm saying this because I have some very violent characters, but he's not one of them. He's actually one of the most level-headed characters that I have, you know, my version of Akira. And when I play a game that allows you any ability to, you know, play a character how you want, like the Persona series does, I always end up affixing my own flair to them, my own idea of how that character is, in my playthroughs, and I'll be going over how my Akira is as we continue.
I mean, he was arrested for assault, right?
So... Your seat will be... Over there, the one that's open. Sorry, but can the people nearby please share your textbooks with him for today?
Ugh, this sucks.
You suck, asshole. This poor motherfucking man. That's all I'll say for now. I mean, like, most people seeing how beat up he looks would say that, but yeah, the scars that he's suffered aren't even close to just physical. But it's okay, because we're gonna free him of the tyrant that has made him this way. Guess who it is? Kama motherfucking Shida. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure of something. I just realized I don't know if I'm recording. Hold on a second, friends. Why is indeed on, but let me make sure of something real quick. Oh yeah, I'm recording. That's sexy. Good. You're that girl I saw earlier.
Did you catch that? Do those two know each other?
And here goes the rumor. This is how ridiculous rumor mills can be in actual high school. I'm not even joking. See, I don't know if she caught what I said, but what I said there was the option of, hey, you're that girl I saw earlier. To most people hearing that, that would probably imply that we only met earlier today, which is exactly what happened, right? But this woman's like, do those two know each other? And then watch what fucking comes from that, like, you know, stretch. An even bigger, more ridiculous stretch.
Ooh, does that mean he hit on her before transferring here?
See? Where the fuck did that come from? Like, see, how did you go from overhearing a guy say, now granted, she could have not heard a word that he said. Maybe he was quiet enough, but let's assume for a second that she reacted this way by hearing, you know, and she overheard it. He was like, oh, you're that girl I met earlier. Like, the girl I saw earlier. Hearing that would probably most people would be like, oh, okay, so they only met earlier today. But no, these two went this far with it. And probably exactly within earshot of him, not giving a fuck if he hears. Hey, you know what? This kind of rumor stuff, I've heard this shit about myself and about people that I care about a lot, and it really hurts. Don't fucking spread rumors, people. You know? Just don't do it.
She's cheating on him with Mr. Kamoshida.
What the shit? And they're not actually doing it. Yeah, I mean, Kamoshida's trying to make it go in that direction, spoilers, but they're not actually doing that yet. But he's definitely trying to go in that direction. But it's okay. We'll stop him before he gets there, because that would be going way too far. Japanese stories really like to try to ride the edge of what's acceptable over there, and arguably in the West, too. In stories.
Then again, this is Takamaki-san we're talking
What's
about.
generally acceptable, I should say.
For real. That side of the room is totally awful.
No, whatever side of the room you're on is awful. Because you know why? Your side is full of gossipers, and this side is full of completely misunderstood people who are not even close to as bad as most people think they are. Because of the rumors people like you are spreading. Fuck you.
Oh, right. The volleyball rally's in 2 days. Everyone's just changed classes, so make sure you use that time to get to know each other. Well then, let's get class started. Who's on duty today?
Now, granted, I kind of feel bad for Kawakami's situation, but her thinking and talking the way she does about Akira still feels just wrong to me. Human, yes, maybe. Like, definitely... I actually don't think it's warranted, but definitely understandable in her situation, sure. Something she should try to write herself out of? Yes, absolutely. And she will. It's just right now, she's having unacceptable reactions to Akira. Unacceptable to me.
Everyone, please rise.
Poor Mishima. We'll be meeting him formally later on in the story. Just hallucinating this school as a castle. I'm not doing drugs, I promise. And what's funny is we're not. But if you told that to anyone, especially in someone like his case, yeah, they would think, okay, yeah, he's definitely on drugs, because, he has a criminal record. Like, that doesn't mean you've been on drugs, come on. Anyway. Well, yes, it seems to raise the stakes, but that's the thing, is people prejudge like this, and then it just makes people suffer, and, it's not good. It's something that people should work on changing, and I'm working on changing a lot of my prejudices that I've realized that I kind of have. My preconceptions and prejudgments. I think it's human to default to them, but it's also human to be able to shift and change how you think about things into a more positive light. Oh, whoops. I accidentally chose the castle one, and I didn't want to hear her reaction to that, so I reflexively skipped.
Speak of the devil.
Sorry about that. I don't like hearing... Like, I was just talking about how I don't like that, then I accidentally chose the one that would probably lead it more in that direction. Except, if this is school, it's probably just as... Like, I don't know. I wanted to choose, is this a school? And what I tend to do is I tend to try to not look at the consequences of my mistakes, however small. And that's another thing I'm working on. And that's the distinction there. If you keep saying you are working on something, a lot of times you'll believe it to the point where you're subconsciously always working on it. And to a degree, yes, I'm doing it. Is it extremely hard? And may I never, ever, ever, ever possibly really, completely, no, really, absolutely eliminate all of these tendencies I have. Both are possible, yes, but trying to be a better person, period, every single day is, I think it's the best bottom line you could possibly live by, I would say. And better person is, I think, also a personal concept that everyone should have the right to have themselves. Like, a better person to one person can mean entirely differently to another. Same thing with a bad person or a good person, you know, or a worse person. It just depends on how you define things and what makes you feel good about doing and what makes you not feel good about doing, and what moral reasons you might think one thing is wrong that another person thinks is the right thing to do. And I think that everyone should be allowed to have those ideas and also not prejudge others and just continue to be allowed to live their lives the way that they want, as long as it doesn't impede others as much as possible. Hopefully, you know? And it seems to be a difficult thing to do, not make your lives impede others often, because you hear all over the place of people that you know, tend to do things that they don't want to do, that don't help people at all or themselves, and then they blame themselves for it, and they go in a cycle. And what's awesome is I'm starting to understand how to right the paths that I go down that are not helpful by understanding where and how and why and what helps to get on a different, better path, you know. And I think this game is another, you know, it also touches on that, the how to become a better person, what a better person is, you know, how people can change in a positive way, how everyone, I would say, can. But, you know, just because you can, that doesn't mean everyone's going to. I mean, clearly, there's a lot of people that stay rotten till the end. And all I know is that I want to, and I'd say it already, that I am not like that. I'm always changing for the better as much as I possibly can. And I still have some tendencies I'd rather not have. But I can feel myself becoming what I feel is a better person every day. And that's awesome.
What do you want? I heard the police caught you cutting classes today.
It was nothing.
And you haven't dyed your hair back to black, either.
Sorry about that. I'll be waiting on the rooftop.
See, that's why I don't want you getting involved. Understood?
Kawakami hug.
Why didn't you allow a student like him to transfer here? He's already started associating with Sakamoto.
Yeah, well, you made Sakamoto the asshole he is, asshole, so fucking shut your mouth. And I'm sorry, I've noticed that a lot of people that I'd be playing a game like this with, they'll get annoyed by my extremely livid reactions to characters like this. But why? He's an asshole. Like, a lot of times and I'll start doing this more when I have cameras. You know, when I have my camera on, but for this series I won't have it on. Flipping off the screen when someone's on there that I really don't like, or they're doing something that I really don't like. I think that I should be allowed to emotionally express in series like this. And that's why, honestly, I don't want to stream yet. Because people will be able to immediately say, oh no, you shouldn't do that. And I'm a little more inclined to just let those people dictate how I do things than I'd like to be. So until I'm not like that, I want to just make these series all the time and let it be the place where I can express myself freely and not care what people think. Because the people that are okay with it are the ones that are going to watch and follow and keep going, you know? So that is what I will do.
A student with a criminal record and the culprit of an assault case? At this rate, it'd be pointless how much I contribute to the school.
Wow. Wow. Boo fucking who? Jesus Christ. And he's so good at manipulating this fat fucker and everyone else above and around him. You know? And this guy's enabling him. Listen.
Now don't be like that. This school counts on you, Kamoshida-kun. You are our star.
And this is why he got out of hand. You doing that shit. Fuck you. Fuck you for even worse things that you do later that we won't learn about for a while. And I'm glad you die in this game. I'm sorry. Like, this person isn't real, so I think I reserve the right to judge and judge and judge and judge, and you're supposed to judge these people. But I think in getting that out in a game setting and stuff is also going to help you not do so as much in real life. At least I feel like being able to release that in games can be helpful if you really are adamant about not doing this kind of stuff in real life, you know? It also helps you examine why you feel certain ways about things.
Still, a steady buildup is necessary behind such brilliance as well.
Your troubles never seem to end, do they, Principal Kobayakawa?
See, and he goes straight from whining about, well, at that point it'd be pointless, you know, what I contribute to, immediately trying to sympathize with him. Or at least trying to seem like you're sympathizing with him. He's not actually sympathizing with this man. I'm 100% certain on that. Because outwardly he's really good at acting like he gives a shit about anyone else. But he actually doesn't. Or at least he won't until he changes heart. Because his heart is black and fucking completely ugly and evil at this point.
Alright, I understand. I'll continue
That
to do
smile
my
makes
best
me
to
want to
answer
punch
your
this
expectations
fucking
of me.
square-jawed motherfucker in the face. Really fucking hard. Sakamoto seems eager to talk about something. I should meet him on the rooftop. I agree, because Ryoji's an awesome dude. He has his stuff like everyone else, but he's awesome. And I would say that most people can be considered awesome depending on what kind of person you are. And if they aren't now, then they can change and become awesome to you at a later point. So, again, another reason not to prejudge in real life. I'm going to be judging a lot in this series, but it's going to be a therapeutic way to not judge as much in real life. And also to examine why I judge so much, and be able to get those feelings out in a way that doesn't impose on people in real life. I think that's important, and one of the most powerful things about video games. And the way they allow you to do that. And all sorts of other things that, depending on the individual, can be extremely therapeutic and powerful and helpful for their well-being and living their life better and everything like that. But for now, I'm actually going to leave it here, friends. I hope y'all have a lovely one, and I'll talk to you in my next episode. Boo-boo!